Headline, why so many who took part in the Great Resignation have regrets. According to the latest Bureau of Labor Statistics data, more than 4 million Americans called it quits in December of 2022. This is on average what we saw in the elevated Great Resignation rates in 2021 and continued through 2022. Staggering. A survey of employees conducted by Paychex in October of 2022 and was released in January found that 80% of those who quit their job in the last year, listen to this is staggering. More than 80% who quit their decision, including 89% of Gen Z respondents. They regret it. They left. They went for a bigger paycheck. They left for flexibility. We'll break this down in just a moment. But folks, this is not a small thing here. This is a lot of people. 80% of people who left their jobs say, I wish I had not moved. Wow. 89% in the Gen Z demographic. Among those with regrets, listen to this, 78% admit to wanting their old job back, with 68% actively trying to get it back. They call these folks boomerang employees. Paychex Vice President of Enterprise and HR Solutions, Jeff Williams, commented on the study. This is what he said. As people saw their friends changing jobs and the media picked up the story, there was this rush to change that felt more like, listen to this, running from something than running to something. And this, listen, this is what happened. And this is not a generational thing. This isn't like Gen Z. I'm a parent of Gen Z, okay? So I'm not picking on Gen Z. I love Gen Z. I love millennials. I love Xers. I love boomers. I love you all. I don't care what your freaking name is. I love everybody. But listen to me. This is the human tendency. When we see a large pack of people moving this direction, we immediately go, where are they going? Why are they going over there? Why haven't I heard about it? Why am I not going? Right? It's just the deal. We've been this way since we were in school, elementary school and middle school and high school. We want to be a part of the pack. And so when we see a lot of people moving, and we saw in the Great Resignation, the whole term Great Resignation became a media thing. Everybody talking about it. So you're like, well, you see the data. And on the Ken Coleman Show, I'm talking about it. I'm going, look, people are moving. They're getting 12%, 15% more pay raise. And you start going, well, I don't want to get left behind. I don't want to be a loser. I don't want to be a nerd. I want to be with the cool kids. Everybody's hanging out under the bleachers. I want to be under the bleachers. This isn't new. And so here's what happens. Just like going out on a Friday night at the basketball game or the football game and hanging out under the bleachers, and something bad happens that you regret, a lot of people are regretting making a move. Why'd they make the move? What do they regret specifically? Here we go. Primary factors that turn resigners into regretters. The things that job hoppers miss most about their former place of employment, especially female respondents, was their coworkers. Their friends, their work friends. That was number one. People miss their friends. Now, we talked about this on the show last week, that there's increasingly a group of people that are saying, you know what, I want to go to work, I don't want to leave work, and I don't want to be friends with anybody. Well, that's fine, but that's not healthy. It's your decision, it's your prerogative, you'll be okay, but you're not going to have the enriching life that you could have if you were in a relationship with the people you spend more time with. Listen, I spend more time with people at this office at Ramsey Solutions than I do with my wife and kids during the day. That's the reality. And I'm not going to engage in meaningful relationship with them. By the way, the only person that is disserviced by that decision is me. And here are the numbers. The numbers are here. The number one reason people regret leaving their past job is because they missed their friends. Number two is salary, which means that people took jobs that may have paid less because they wanted flexibility. See, that was the hot thing. I want to work from home. I tell you what, you want to just cause a stir on social media? Say anything about remote work besides, it's the greatest thing ever. Everybody who loves remote work is just looking for a chance to get offended. I'm not anti-remote work. But if you don't have systems, and I mean systems, disciplines that are baked into your schedule to where you are having good relationship in interaction, remote work is not good for you. Here comes the hate. Oh, Ken, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, yeah, I do, actually. Health insurance. A lot of people left for benefits because they got freaked out by the media. I've told you before, I'll tell you again. If you're taking a job solely because of the health benefits, you're going to wind up in this category of people who regret moving into a decision that was based on fear. Make your decisions about your future, not your fear. Here's more. Respondents say that these are people who regret moving. They regret that their new job wasn't what they had hoped it would be. They miss their old colleagues. They feel like they've taken their former employer for granted. Yeah, they treated you better, with better dignity, all the way around than the new people. All the new people flirted with you. They told you everything you wanted to hear. And then as soon as you got married, they started smacking you around. Yeah? Oh, come over here, baby. You're so beautiful. Oh, yeah. It's like a bad rom-com. Yeah, you wanted the bad boy. Mm-hmm. How's that working out for you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you wanted a big old bad boy who was cool, had tattoos, smoked a cig during school. You wanted to leave the boring guy who bought you flowers every week, boring guy who loved you, cared for you. How's that working out for you? It's not working. All of these factors should be carefully considered because we have 67% of workers who are currently employed and they're seeking a new role, and 34% of that group say they would be comfortable leaving their current jobs without a new one lined up. What? Why would you do that? Why would you just jump off of a cliff without a parachute? I don't get it in today's job economy. There are 4 questions you must answer to determine whether or not quitting is the right move, because many times quitting is the right move. Why am I quitting? When should I quit? Where should I quit to? And how do I quit? I'm writing a small book on those 4 questions. You've got to answer them correctly, or else you're going to end up like all these people who regret quitting. And I'm going to tell you something. It's a pain in the butt to quit a job. Try to go back after you broke up with somebody. Oh, it wasn't you. It was me. Yeah, well, see you later, pal.